Hey guys, this is Ty with Ty Chem.
And this is Ashley Miller, founder of Koi3.
And this is Series of Conversations.
We try to do it together, and I'm like, pause,
Wait.
like,
That's how. But you know why? Because when we record virtually, oh shoot, hold on, I gotta change my name. I need to know what we're doing, but so when we record in this space, we have to make sure that we like. I noticed that I can't hear you sometimes. So I'm like, sit, ring up.
It was all cute when we was together. It was all cute.
Girl.
Now virtually, it's like, it cut out if we both talk at the same time.
Listen, like I'm looking forward to the days where we can actually come back to a studio or do something like live in person. But
we speaking it. We speaking it.
Time. Exactly.
Yes.
But guys, welcome back to our latest podcast. We're back on schedule, but we will be going. Should I tell us them right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
we'll tell them now and then at the end to remind them.
Yes. So we are going on a 2-month hiatus, guys. We've been coming direct and straight to you guys with content, but your girls need a break. So we are yes, and I've seen a lot of podcasts out there always doing breaks, but you know what? We are strong-willed, dedicated young women. So we are going to come. We're going to come back in September 1st, and yeah, guys. So we're just giving you our last podcast of the season. So we're just last podcast before hiatus.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Ashley.
I definitely feel like I've watched us be so dedicated even through like quarantine and just making and not stopping this year, and really pushing forward on our individual endeavors as well as this. And I love that we still have this and are still continuing to talk to people and create content and just do the things that we feel like are coming from the heart. And I hope you guys are loving it, because a lot of people let's be very truthful, a lot of people be out here like, so what are you guys trying to do with this? And we be like, well, we want it to grow, but we
trying, guys.
We trying, but the thing is, it's coming so much from our heart that it's not even it. We would love for it to get bigger and do more stuff with it, but we also just love being able to highlight people that are doing amazing things, talk to one another this way, and really just be real and authentic about what's happening in life, and hopefully it's helping at least one person out there, which I think it is. We get good feedback, so that's God's plan, God's will.
And you know what I gotta say? Well, whenever we come back during the Q3, Q4 period, because that's what I feel like that's when like it's like that fall period, even though y'all don't have fall in Miami, but that fall.
But it's like back to school.
Yeah,
like you a little bit more focused come like September. Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. So I'm just hoping that this break that we really need, we come back and just rejuvenated and well energized. So we got this.
I love it. Oh yeah, and then check us out. We're on YouTube, so if you missed any of the other ones, I want to see our beautiful faces while we're gone.
Exactly.
Go ahead, go on to that YouTube. We're there as well as all your podcast places that you listen. Clearly, because you're listening now.
Exactly. Perfect. But we are going to transition into this podcast, and I'm gonna, give the honors to Ashley because she got the right tonation to announce this topic of conversation today, because I don't got it. I'm just letting you know. Because you know why I don't got it? Because I just got to that space. But I'm gonna let her announce it.
Our topic of conversation today is, we outside. We outside, y'all. I mean, it's opening. We outside. It's opening back up. Okay.
Straight. But we outside. But this podcast will be focused on being productive while enjoying the outside world.
And seeing outside in a different light. I think that we went through the transition, and Megan Thee Stallion really deemed summer as like hot girl, hot boy summer. Exactly. So people looking at summer a whole different way. Which I will say, New York has always kind of looked like that. I feel like in the years that I have been there, I feel like you really, really blossoms during the time, and maybe because I'm from Florida, and it is hot majority of the year, and you just do whatever. But like in New York, because you were just inside cold for so many months, when the summer comes, people outside with no clothes on. It's hella rooftop parties, hella things to do. But I feel like this year it's obviously a whole new level to the shit. Cause I mean, we was like inside for real. We was
You can't
inside,
coop
like all of
somebody
us.
up
We
in
was
400
inside.
square feet and expect them to not go crazy in the summer. Like you can't in New York. It's only right. It's only right. How much jerk chicken can you eat from the store, and be inside and not have a good time? So yeah, we clearly outside, but
Yeah,
I just want to say, like, to be honest, like, even for me, there's a lot of things that change with my whole dynamic of going outside. Like, it's like, am I going out with purpose? Not saying every time I'm like, oh, I have to go out with purpose. I have to make sure what I'm doing is important. No, I want to go out and be safe, but I definitely want to go out and have a good time. I think
yeah,
I had told you, like, I was using Noom. I had my whole self care routine, and I was just going out. Like, when I just started going back outside, I'm like, whoa, 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 this is a little too much. First of all,
yeah.
spending a lot of money. There's this whole joke about outside costs like $50 an hour. And I was like, it costs.
It really
Definitely
does,
costs.
though. It
But
really does.
it has been a little tough, kind of readjusting to that fast paced lifestyle. But I'll definitely like go into giving a recap about like my quarantine period. And I know Ashley will bring it. And it'll be real quick because I know we talked about
Yeah.
quarantine and COVID way too much. But
We'll start now. Like, what do you feel like, I mean, through
yeah.
quarantine, and like we said, we're going to be short about the in quarantine
Mhm.
part, but like, how was it for you? What are some of the things that you really like learned now that
Mhm.
we are back out in places and spaces and stuff like that?
Yeah, so for me, I noticed that I love my alone time, like my quiet time.
Yeah.
I'm a very social person. I have friends that just call my phone sometimes. They be like, "Why you don't text people and why you don't do this?" But it's like, yo, sometimes I actually appreciate that alone time, that MIA period,
Yeah.
because sometimes it's like I just want to hear silence. I just want to enjoy that peace that it brings me, and it allows me to think. I'm a deep thinker. That's one thing I learned in
Hmm.
the pandemic. I think to the point that it brings me to tears. And the one thing I appreciate about that though is that, like, with silence and being able to think, it has allowed me to kind of like settle down and allow that time to think and just be in my thoughts and be in my feelings and
Yeah.
acknowledge them. So that's probably one big part. And one thing I also learned about myself is that I'm really dedicated to doing certain things. So um, I won't give the full story, but I was really focusing on apps and applying to schools, as well as what's it called, taking an exam to get
Yeah.
back into school. And that was like one of the toughest periods, because it's like I just want to be in bed, laying on in bed and being on Instagram or being on TikTok. TikTok is the new thing, so make sure you download that. But
I know
because I
people
love
keep telling
TikTok.
me about it. I ain't there yet,
Girl,
but
quick meals,
they
just
but
go
they
on
say
TikTok.
that's what they say. They say you can learn a lot on there. So I'm trying to
Yes,
be better about it because
easiest app to use. But
okay.
yeah, I just want to be in bed, being on my apps, just chilling. And sometimes it's like, no, you have to grind. You have to put in that work in order to grind. And one thing I know, going back into this we outside motive, or this we outside like space, I'm
Hmm.
definitely going to dedicate some time to staying inside and working on my craft, working on what I need to. I know it's summertime, but that's one thing I really like. I'm like, whoa, I have the willpower to actually get ish done. Like, and that
Yeah.
was so inspiring to myself, because like it's like a big pat on the back, like, yo, you got this done. Good job. So yeah.
Dope. I love that. No, I mean, I definitely felt the same way in some
Mm-hmm.
aspects coming into our quarantine and being within it because it's like I legit went from shut down, Epic Center to
Mm-hmm.
then Miami where it was like, oh, we at Epic Center, but we ain't really shut down. Like
We not.
we not. So, it's been I definitely think a lot of us through this time have realized the importance of self-care, which is like the premise on a lot of
Mm-hmm.
what we even talk about here because we thought we was doing self-care and some of us was like some of us
Yeah.
was beasting it out before this, but me, meditation has become so much more a part of my life because
Mm-hmm.
of the quarantine because it really helped me to stable my mind, stable my thoughts because like you said, like we would be just thinking about
Yeah.
all types of stuff, like everything. And
Girl.
so that was one of the biggest takeaways for me is having that time and also like it's funny because I have this reminder right now in my
Mhm.
like I'm looking at it. There's a sign that I put up and it says release the why, trust God's timing. And
Mhm.
I think honestly that's the epitome of what the pandemic was, only because it's like it took away everything we knew as
Yeah.
normal. Like, you know, from celebrities and all of that stuff to like you're big if you're in the VIP or you go into this
Mhm.
event or you know you have X amount of this followers and all that stuff, and it's like we were all put on like almost a same playing field, especially for the
Exactly.
first like 3 months, you know, like it was
Definitely.
like nothing was happening. And so now it's like really releasing those reasons of why you were doing stuff, which could have been because of people or
Mhm.
just acceptance or whatever, and being like, but what do I want to do to make myself
Mhm.
happy? Like we had to
Mhm.
really sit with those types of things because it
Yeah.
wasn't about the videos and all of that stuff. So you know, for me, like, and now moving here, being here, and child, it's real out here. You know, the people is outside, and I
Mhm.
actually have to be very honest that I'm now in a space where because I'm coming into a new, even my career is transitioning. So
Mhm.
full time wardrobe stylist was like what I was for sure in New York.
Mhm.
Now I'm transitioning into being a wardrobe slash personal stylist for a lot
Mhm.
more people, as well as being like a styling consultant, project manager, because my background is actually
Mhm.
in project management
Yes.
for our family's granite fabrication company. So
Mhm.
I'm doing like, and let's not even add Koi 3, let's not even
Oh,
add series of conversation, let's
a
not
lot
even
more.
add just a lot more. So now I'm trying to navigate in a new space, and you know, being out here in Miami, you could be in an event all day. You could do that in New York too, though.
True.
You could do that in New York too. So it's like
True. That is true.
deciphering what is is of my time now, because you know the flesh of us wanted
Bro.
to just be at
Chilling.
every brunch
Yep.
and outside everywhere.
Listen. Ashley's
And
not. She's not lying.
and you got to remember that, like, okay, especially for us who did have the ability to, you know, whether work from home or do whatever
Mhm.
or have that time to slow down, it's like remembering that those times were for a reason, because not all of us had those.
Yeah.
Nurses,
No.
doctors, a lot
Mm-mm.
of like, you know, grocery store workers, all those mailbox,
Yep.
they wasn't inside like that, they still had to be
No.
out there. So for us who are, it's like remembering to take some good out of that and some
Mhm.
lessons and routines out of that to keep it going.
No, that is true. And I think yeah, you kind of touched into the what you've kind of learned, right? I think you did.
Yeah. Wait, let
But
me see where we at. Yes, for sure.
yeah, but no, that's actually true. We actually kind of covered the what we've learned,
Sorry,
but
I started rambling, girl.
no, and you kind of you hit some good points because it's true. We all of us want to be somewhere. Like it was to the point that I think as soon as I don't know, I think as May hit when I went on my first vacation, I came back. I was like, oh my gosh, I have nothing to wear to these brunches that I'm gonna be going to. So I started ordering clothes, girl. And then I'm like sitting here with the clothes, like, I don't really need to be outside that much. I didn't
Yes.
really need you to the clothes. I don't really need to like I just need to actually enjoy, to ease into this lightly
Ease
and yeah, have
into
a good
it.
time. But I think we should kind of go into ways to be productive. I think so. But
Yeah, no. I definitely think that that is like where it's at now, is as we are getting out, seeing people, doing things, like places are just open. Like I was talking to one of my friends in Brooklyn, and he was telling me, he was like, nah, y'all was outside, but you know, now most of the other states are starting to, or have. I think everybody's
mhm,
lifted restrictions, right?
yeah, the parties are
I think,
back. Oh
yeah,
well,
right? Like
yeah,
everybody, all
most
the
states.
states.
In terms of yeah, I don't know if all the states have lifted but you know what? The mask restriction has been lifted in a lot of areas. I don't know if the
Okay.
mask restriction is lifted in New York, but New York is looking a little iffy at this point. It is 90 degrees outside, but it's looking a little iffy. And I was in Philly this weekend, no mask indoors, outdoors. It was actually
Yeah.
like a kind of scary situation. So I think a lot of the restrictions, if anything, the people imposed restrictions are going like it's
Yeah.
not even government mandated at this point. That's what I
So
think.
facts. So it's like doing it in ways that are intentional for you. You do not have to go back to the same old routines of the same old places, the same old things. I think you know, we have learned our lives are so much more bigger than what we may have been putting ourselves in boxes before. And so it's time to embrace it. So
Yes.
I'll start with the first way that you can be more productive
Perfect.
and kind of embrace this we outside 2021 versus what we knew from before. And that's meet new people.
Hmm.
Like honestly, me obviously being in Miami, I am so intentional about that part because your girl trying to find people outside, you
Yes.
know, like not only for friendship
Hmm.
and stuff like that, but also for working purposes
Yep.
and just seeing what the community has to offer. So some of you guys know that I was born here, but I didn't grow
Hmm.
up in Miami. So now coming back, I see Miami as a new place
Hmm.
that I'm living, kind of like how I was in New York. And when I was in New
Yeah.
York, I had to be intentional about, why can't I say that word?
You got it.
Intentionable. What the hell is that?
Cause you outside.
So being intentional
Yeah.
about meeting people that may be in my same line of work or
Hmm.
not in my same line of work, understanding where's the go-to spots for like the, you know, the black professionals out here.
Yeah.
What are people doing on their times off? Like just
Hmm.
meeting, connecting, talking. You know, I'm doing everything from meeting up for a happy hour to meeting up for coffee, going
Hmm.
to, I've been really on these networking events. Like last week, your girl, I don't even know what it was. I was proud of myself. I went from a United Way,
See.
dope, you know, networking event, then hit up
Hmm.
the black people had a cool like music industry event. And it's like in that time, I met an array of people. I'm
See.
like from Coral Gables to Miami Gardens, let's go.
Yes.
And so your outside does not have to be live on Sundays and brunch on Saturdays and whatever the
No.
case may
In a
be.
different
Like
kind of way.
actually, I'm actually loving this type, and so much more people are willing to want to go to these things because you know, they've been doing it virtual or
Yeah.
they haven't been doing it, so they want to talk to people face to face. So you might meet so many, like even if you've been in your city forever,
Hmm.
I tell you right now, you'll be surprised at the people you meet because there's so many people moving. Like people keep
Yep.
telling me, oh my god, all y'all moving down here from up north. Yeah, we
See.
here, we
And they
here.
acting like, come on, like where you from originally? Like
Yes.
not
So
you,
be
but the
careful,
people.
but also be careful. I'm gonna say this part. I know what I'm gonna say. Be
What part?
careful about being too friendly because you know, you girl. I have this problem.
And
Sometimes
she,
I just
you got New York in your blood. I don't know why you being friendly. Let me see.
be so friendly to people, and your girl is already on the gave somebody her number. Now he calling 50 million times. Shouldn't
I
have done
know.
it.
And
Now
you
he
know
got to be
what?
on do not answer. So like, there's
This
another way to
this and you know what? This might have to be a podcast for post summer. But my question to you, and we can answer. Let's just answer this briefly because we do have other things to answer. But do you give somebody your number or your IG? Somebody told me. So my IG is public. I
mine
don't
is
know
too.
your Ashley Michelle
I
Miller.
need to, yeah. Ashley Michelle Miller is. I need
So
to be giving them the IG. I don't know. I don't know. Swear, I
because your
don't
number
know.
is your social security number in this.
I don't know why. I really don't know. Sorry, it's like
It's
hair
and you
in
know
my
what's so
face.
funny? Because if you block somebody, they got WhatsApp, they
I
got
don't.
other things that they can add you to. But it's not your fault because I used to give out my number until I realized like, yo,
Friendly,
this person could pick up another phone and call me. And I'm sitting there like,
friendly.
do I answer this? And having like so many voicemails on my phone because I'm like, I'm not gonna answer this call, this call, this call because I gave
Girl.
somebody my number.
And I don't know what it is about the Miami guys. They don't even know you, and they be like, "You pick up your phone, you gotta miss FaceTime. Oh, we FaceTiming this quickly? Like
They
I
want
just,
to see your face. Like you just saw me. That's
I
actually
just
kind of
ready. I
listen,
mean, I
I'm
guess that's good. That's good a little bit. Let's
kind
weed it
of, but
out. Weed it out from the beginning. You know what I mean?
you got to
But
answer your phone and cover your camera. That's what you got to
yeah.
do.
So in the case of the meet new people, definitely I say be open, be intentional about the places you're going. Decipher the people you want to give your number to versus your IG or your email.
Listen.
But definitely take advantage of it because
Hmm.
we're all trying to meet again. And me, I know
Definitely.
some people have learned to now be more what's it called when you're social versus your introvert
Introvert.
versus
Yeah.
extrovert. So like some of us, I'm more of an extrovert. Like
Hmm.
I am. introvert in life in terms of sometimes I get nervous talking around people,
Yeah.
but a lot of
Just talking
like
on a
my
podcast.
creativity in my life, right, exactly. A lot of my creativity and stuff that I do, like
Hmm.
even I get fueled by connecting with people and stuff like that. So now it's like really big for me to get out there while now we doing it. We knew
Yeah.
we be back. So yeah,
Love
but
that.
don't be giving your phone number to all type of crazy people because
I
it's
love how
not
she
gonna be
gave
a
that
good look.
tip. Right? Exactly. No,
Don't do
but
it.
it's totally fine. Hopefully you don't run
Not a
into
good
them
look.
again. But let's transition into this next one. Definitely maintaining your self care. That's one thing. I feel like in 2021 or 2020 to 2021 during the pandemic, a lot of people kind of implemented a whole new kind of lifestyle, a whole new self care kind of routine. And for me, I know I believed I had a good self care routine moving into the pandemic. But one thing I had to up it a little bit more, and with moving back to the outside, you don't want to like drop all that and just go back to just doing whatever you used to do, like running to work, just not feeding your soul, your body, your spirit, everything. But one thing, like for me, I say the gym is my self care. Like that's one of my biggest kind of self care, um, what is it, methods. And it
Mm.
just allows me, because I was telling my sister about it the other day. I said the gym is your playground. Like it's literally a big kid playground. Like
I
I
never
see
thought of
people,
it like that. You're right.
you know what I do? I like a lot of people at my gym currently, they're not wearing masks, but I'm the one
Yeah.
who's gonna wear the mask. And because you can't see my face, I'm gonna use every machine. I'm gonna use the machine wrong, right? I'm gonna
I
look
love
crazy.
that.
And it definitely like, allows me to just kind of have fun. Like it's a playground and just do what I have to do. Of course be safe, but have fun. So go to those, like maintain your self-care, but do other things, especially the ones outside, because we don't have to stay home and do all our self-care. What is it? The skincare, the face care, the spraying the
Hmm.
room sprays around the house to make us feel good. Going for a walk in the park. Today I just found out about this beach closer to Queens, and it's not even really a beach, but it's like so low key, and it's like finding new. Oh, okay, I'm skipping, but I'm not gonna bring it up. But yeah,
Oh.
finding new things to, that kind of
Oh.
allows you to kind of be in that space of serenity. I'm bringing it on back, but I'm like, no exploring, but but yes, Ashley, what is the third one that you'd like to
You're
share?
so hilarious.
I'm like, whoa, whoa,
So
whoa, whoa, whoa.
you skipping, you was going fast, you was going fast. So the third one is family and friends. Like, yo, now I know so many people and I even know how I felt when we first were in lockdown and just thinking about being in New York and I couldn't see my family. I was just like, oh my gosh, like this cannot go on for too much
Mm-hmm.
longer. And so, thankfully I was able to see my family a little bit sooner than a lot of people, given
Mm-hmm.
that I moved like around July. But like I was on Instagram the other day and a friend that I know from New York,
Mm-hmm.
she's just coming down from, this whole lockdown. I think it
Yeah.
was this weekend I saw it and she's giving her dad a hug for the first time. And that's like really the real though. Some
Mm-hmm.
people like their families don't just live that close to them and their friends don't live that close to them. So,
Sure.
as now that we're going outside, people are feeling a little bit better because if they chose to get vaccinated or not,
Yeah.
take this time to not just be within your local circle, but to go see your friends, go see your family, go see those people that you have been meaning to see probably before the pandemic even started.
Yeah.
And you guys were just in the whirlwind of life and I'm too busy. Like make time, put those people in your schedule too
Mm-hmm.
because we build in memories and we build in relationships and it's important.
Oh, and actually, I do want to add this to this the seeing friends and
Hmm.
families, because I know, of course, you said meeting people in the first, and definitely meeting friends and family. But I think sometimes, like sometimes it's good to stick around your circle. I think what I want to say
Hmm.
is like it's good to stick around your tight circle, but definitely like introduce yourself to meeting more different people around your circle. Because it's like
Yeah.
I know sometimes I don't know if this is gonna be right for me to say this, but sometimes people are in limiting circles, like in terms of
Yeah.
like the friends they have around them. They either need to either add more people to their group, not remove those people that, held you down or was the support group for you, but kind of like introduce more people into your circle or introduce more people into your life so you can actually like either elevate in life or just be exposed to different things and different people. But that's
I
I wanted
really
to.
I no, I love
Mm-hmm.
that because I think that, especially like when I was in New York, I had like
Mm,
pockets of people, but it's like I only hung out with those people, never like integrating them like
mhm,
that. And even here, as I'm moving here, I am the one that's getting integrated into those pockets of people. And so
exactly.
it's like you never know who you're meeting, running
Yeah.
into, have common interests with, can learn from,
Mhm.
can expose you to things that you never thought of. And so sometimes we can get so comfortable in our people that are our friends or family, but branching out. And it
Yeah.
can be something as like I'll say this, my cousins, they my ride or dies, right? But I have become so close now to my cousin in law, which is like
Mhm.
she's like a sister to me now. But
Cousin-in-law.
it's like because it's branching out
Yeah.
into like more than just those intermediate people.
Exactly.
So I love that.
Nice. I love that. I love that. But this last one that we're gonna know is basically exploring new places that you've never been to before, or never done. Okay, that's one thing. But I think also exploring new things that you've never done before. So I
Yeah.
think, or that you've wanted to do before. So like I know one thing that I used to do before the pandemic, and I'm actually kind of, I won't do it this summer, but I'll probably do it more into the fall. Is like going to cafes by myself, going to dinner by myself, and kind of getting back into that space of enjoying, things that I want to do for like,
Yeah.
just what I want to do. I think that's one thing. And in terms of exploring new places, there's places that we've been to before the pandemic, and we would go on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. I think trying to go try out these new spots, trying to see new things, expose yourself to new things exposing yourself to new things is a good way to just kind of, I want to say, like kind of like elevate your mind. I think that's a
Yep.
great way to put it. But just even thinking about, so I started driving school, but I have my
And my girl,
license. I gotta put that out there.
my girl riding now. Okay.
Yes. And my driving instructor was just like he took me to Queens, and then we kind of drove off on this pier where we found this beach, and he was like, you see, like this is a nice spot. Just kind of like, mind you, I'm supposed to be driving. We over here getting a tour of Brooklyn, or Queens, and I'm like, I never been to this part of the city, and he was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's a serenity, all this stuff, and I'm like, on my own time, when I, because it was actually not a bad drive. I was like, I should go here on my own time. Like you could
See?
easily like go over there, pick a book, and I never knew where it is. So that's one
No,
thing I
I
really wanted to know.
love that. I love that because one, I'm so glad my girl driving, child. She out here.
Because
Y'all be
actually, like when I
careful.
come from the
Look,
airport, she gonna be like,
look,
"You got the car?" This let me
you
stop.
got the car. But no, but just going back to what you're saying, or finding that little spot like in Queens and finding places that also just make you happy. Like my
Yeah.
friend, when he came down to Key, he took me to the Four Seasons that's over here
Hmm.
downtown, or I guess that's Brickell, Miami. And he brought me up to, we did a happy hour, but it's so low key up there, and it's
Mm.
walking distance from my house. So now they have oysters and like
Hmm.
good cocktails, and it's like cheap. And you would think because it's the Four
Yeah.
Seasons, it's going to be crazy expensive, whatever. It's really
Yeah.
not. And so now I go there sometimes on a
Mm.
Friday or just like a week because I think it's happy hour all week.
Okay.
But doing stuff like that, you can bring a book or
Hmm.
whatever, or like circling back to meeting new people because now you're out and
Bring in the
like
people.
right. And they say supposedly, I mean, especially for those that dating the women and the men dating, they say when you're sitting by yourself versus when you're sitting with a friend or a group of people, you might get talked to faster. So let me
Listen,
just
it's
give you the little
true. It is
I
true. So
I give you the little tip, okay? So not only that, but like, the beaches around here, like everything. Just it's the exploring, it's the opening up. I think the biggest thing from all that we're saying with the whole We Outside episode is like don't just go back to your regular, not there's nothing wrong with a good old brunch. There's nothing wrong with, going to a lounge or a rooftop party or whatever your outside looks like. Because sometimes outside looks like play dates with kids and
I
like,
see parties. Yeah.
whatever, birthday parties with for your kids or whatever. But like
Hmm.
do stuff for you too, you
Yeah.
know. We have really, really been given a full lesson on
Hmm.
self-care, yourself. You can't control your outside world, but you can control how you look at stuff in your perspective. And if
Hmm.
you go back to just doing the same thing, they say it all the time, that's insanity, going back and doing the same thing but expecting different results. If you have come to the epiphany that through this time, this quarantine, that you want things to be different for your life, jot down, recap why you feel that way and what brought you there, and then explore it. Now that you have the time to, like, well, I shouldn't say time, but have the opportunities again to meet people or see new things, go different places, take advantage of it. Don't just go back to how you felt before.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a great tip. And I think that was the perfect closing, in my opinion. Yeah! That was the perfect closing. But guys, with our last episode before hiatus, we want to let you know we outside. So if you see us outside, you know, you see Ashley outside. Talk to them. Talk to, you know, and talk to other people. Like, that's what I'm actually, like, it's one thing that, I don't know, you know, when you have, you have core friends and you're like, yo, I'm good, but I'm ready to kind of meet people. I'm ready to, you know, just be outside, meet new people, just grow. Have a good time. So have a good one. Have a safe summer.
So we encourage you, be safe out here in these streets.
Safe. Wear your mask.
Y'all know y'all ain't wearing y'all mask. Y'all ain't wearing.
At least have it in the purse. Have it in the purse.
Have it in the purse. Like,
because as soon as that person start coughing at the party, I'm done. I'm not. Lord. I'm sorry. Sorry.
At least I was with someone the other day. I said, "Oh, that mask been up in that bag for a minute, huh?"
Girl,
looking all like, let's refresh the mask. Let's put it in the purse.
You better carry that disposable Ziploc.
You know, ain't nobody. Let's be honest. Ain't nobody buying all the bags and bags of masks, no more boxes of masks. So just make sure you have a clean one.
Let me stop.
I'm not even gonna try. I got so many masks.
You should see my dad. My dad be having like he has 27 cotton masks, and I'm like, yo, you really like he really hangs them and I'm like, whoa, because I'm like the disposable is real quick for me, and I'm quick to have it on Amazon.
At first we was all with we got the fabric, we got the match, we got now it's like everybody's like, give me the disposable.
I'm like, that is just mad high, and it's in the gym. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta remove this mask. It's too early in the morning for all this.
I went on the freaking airport for the first time. I went on the airplane the last week, and I was on that plane like,
girl,
Vader. Like I was like, this shit. Like you can't wear makeup. Like your whole foundation be coming off on the back.
I have a tip real quick. Especially because we are outside. I wear I started wearing the disposable ones because I was breaking out a lot. But what's it called? I wear my makeup with the black mask only. And I definitely, you know, carry, so if I'm going for brunches or whatever, I carry more than one in the purse. So people won't see all that brown makeup all slapping up in the mask. So as soon as I just roll it up, then I have another one to replace on my way out. That's my tip to you, girl. And please put what is that? Like the Fix Plus or the spray on your face and don't put too much makeup down here. Like now I look like I got a freaking dark spot down here. But don't put too much makeup on down here. No,
because it don't make no sense. Because it's just getting covered. And the Miami's so damn hot. Like I just be I don't even know why I put makeup on. I don't even know why
don't put makeup on.
I should just put eyeshadow on and lip and like a little bit of highlighter and be done.
But yeah, then you sweating and the powder starts.
Yeah,
it's
just
a puzzle piece. We should have a makeup artist on here.
You should. Because that's your thing. That's your thing. You really.
Come on. I'm like,
any makeup artist, we'll bring you back in a
Yes. But guys, thank you so much for listening to our podcast, and thank you so much for supporting us. We promise to come back from this hiatus with more energy. Yes. But please check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. See us. You can watch us during the hiatus. You can see our beautiful faces. But please subscribe to our channel. Please follow us at Series of Conversations on Instagram. And please, I was about to spell it out, but I was like, no, I ain't got time for that. Please follow myself at Taikem, Taikem.
And please follow me at Ashley Michelle Miller, as well as follow Koi3 at KOI_THREE. And this is Series of Conversation.
We've always had it like that, but nobody ever said it.